Hi, how are you? Yesterday I spoke about the exterior and interior world. The exterior world being the way we have been accustomed to think by using our senses. That is to say, use our smell, our sight, our hearing, our tasting, and our touching or feeling of things, using those as little antennas to grasp how the world functions and develop an interpretation of who we are based on what we've viewed or observed. I also talked to you about that there's another way of thinking or observing the world is using our intellectual faculties. That is to say, use our imagination, use our intuition, use our will, our memory, perception, and reason. To understand how we work in or use those intellectual faculties, you have to understand who we are and how we function. Albert Einstein, about 1925-30, proposed to us that if we use a microscope and we put it over our hand, we would see a powerful microscope, we would see electrons and protons and neutrons. But if we use an even more powerful microscope, all we would see would be energy or vibration. Based on that, he proposed that we are just energy. As a matter of fact, anything that exists in the universe is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. And based on that frequency that it vibrates, we can see it with our eyes. So that everything we are is energy. The desk in front of you is energy. The coffee you're drinking is just energy. This chair I'm sitting on is just energy. Water is energy. Ice is still water, but at a different frequency, a lower frequency, so it takes the form of ice. But if you add quite a bit more energy, it will appear in the form of steam. So depending on the frequency, it can have different forms. Now, how do we use that energy, or why am I discussing that? Well, it's because the intellectual faculties have an ability to absorb or become aware of those vibrations. Yesterday I've talked about the first law of energy, is that energy neither destroyed nor created. Everything that you want is already in the world. I talked yesterday, there was no real inventions. Everything that has been invented was already in the universe. What people invented they just became aware of that frequency and used it to manifest it. Use it using their intellectual faculties. Now, I'm proposing to you that you live in an ocean of energy. There's energy everywhere. Even your thoughts are energy. Thoughts that are repeated or that you think about often will eventually manifest. Whatever you think on a continual basis is what happens to you. So life just doesn't happen to you like that. It happens to you because you think about it. So let's try to use our thinking to make it powerful for you. To do that, we have to consider that energy flows to and through you, and it's when it flows to and through you that you have to use your imagination to become aware of what you want to do. Yesterday, I spoke about how important it is to make a list of what you want so that you develop some awareness of what you want. If you don't know what you want, then it's going to be very difficult for you to get it or to imagine it. You have to first use your will and your reason to make a list of what you would like to get so that you can start getting your imagination going into clarifying exactly what you want. The way it is proceed to get what you want is using first your imagination and develop a clear picture of what you want. Why a clear picture? Because we think in terms of picture. Just think about if I mention to you your car. Notice how quickly in the screen of your mind the picture of your car appears. You can see if it's a 2-door or 4-door, the color, the type, etc. If I tell you front door, notice how quickly in your brain your front door appears on the screen of your mind. You can describe it. Same thing with a friend or a relative. The minute I mention their name, the brain go in your memory bank and look for an image. Well, we would like to have your brains to have as many images as possible of what you want so that they can recall it easily. Now, to get to think about something and imagine it, you've got to have a clear, vivid image of it. So when you're thinking about something that you would like to get, you have to go in many details. If let's say you would like to make, $50,000 a month, for example, and for you that is a big amount. It's a lot of money. Well, what you have to do is think about what would you do if you had $50,000 a month. What type of person would you be? Who would you be your friends? Where would you be living? What type of car would you be driving? What kind of traveling would you be doing? You have to imagine those very clearly, even what you're wearing, how you're walking, who you're talking to, what are you saying. As those are becoming more and more clear in your mind, this thought is repeated and repeated. At one point, your mind's going to perceive this as if this is real. Same thing as when you use your sense, you actually repeated yourself some belief that you came to believe about them. Some people, they thought when they were young that they were shy. And then subconsciously, they've looked all kinds of evidence in the world, scanned the world, using their senses to confirm that they were shy. They just reinforced that thought to the point that it became a belief. And for them, they really believe they are shy. But it has nothing to do with reality. It's just a belief that they have. You can also have a belief that you are rich, that you make $50,000 a month. And if you are using it enough, concentrating enough on it, you will find out that the universe will send you some resources to get to there. These are sent through intuition. Intuition is your communication channel. You just have to be listening. Imagine what you want, then listen to intuition, what is telling you of what you could be doing and how you can get it. Do not try to figure out yourself how to do it. This is not how it works with intellectual faculties. Your job is not to determine the how. The how will come from your intellectual faculties, from the universe. Your job is to determine where you want to go, what you want. Your job is to be very clear as to what is it you want in life, and asking the universe to help you out, to imagine how you're going to make it happen, and to give you instructions and guidance via your intuition. You will also have your reason to help you. Your logic will come clearer and will be instructed through your intuition to develop some things. New ideas will pop up that are in line with what you want. You will also use your perception. Your perception is a point of view where you will now, based on your imagined situation that you want, use your perception to see how you can get it done, how this can make it happen by having a different point of view. You will also use your memory of your abilities and your skill that you already have that you're not using fully. When you develop those muscles of intellectual faculties, you become much more powerful. Try those. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a powerful day.